Good morning. It's good to be back. Good to be back. Well, NQ looking like it wants more downtime. Looking droopy for NQ. NQ's been in this range 620 to about 700 for the last couple of days. Are they going to bring it back up, or are we finally going to get some more down to this? It's been chopping in this range for now, 2 days? Since what? Monday, I think, right? Yeah. Monday, Tuesday, the chop was between 620 to about 720. Left nut trader, what's going on? All right, so I guess we got to figure out what NQ wants to do today. Further downside looking like that, huh? Yusuf, what's up, brother? All right, NQ struggling here at the moving averages. You got the 9, the 20, and the 200, and a pivot point right here. And struggling to find support there. Let's see if they push it or further downside and finally break that 600 area that we've been playing around since Monday. Actually, since Friday's low was right around 600 as well. So, are we going to continue to chop in the 600 to 720 range, or are we going to go above 720 or below 600? We'll know pretty soon. Good morning to everybody. I was away for the weekend, just got back last night, so good to be back. Give me 1 second. There we go. All right, so casino opens in 15 minutes. Yesterday's close was around 685. Pivot point at 666. Next pivot point to the downside is 594. Pivot point to the upside, 770. Overnight high is currently around 748. Overnight low, 615. And that is the range. Which way will NASDAQ go? Left nut trader. All right, brother. Good stuff. Happy for you. Payouts are always good, especially at Take Profit Trader, which is pretty quick. So congrats on your payout, brother. That's what it's all about. All right, VWAP is all the way back up. Not all the way. Back up at 678. Right now, NASDAQ struggling here at these moving average and at the pivot point to bounce right back up. We fell from about 720, and NQ unable to find support there. Let's see if they can push up. So far, the open every day has been pretty choppy and then consolidation. So hopefully we can catch the move, because the last couple of days and even last week, it's been one big move, quick, and then chop fest. Kobob, what's going on, brother? Good morning. Good morning. Good to be back. It's good to be back. NQ looking a little droopy here, unable to bounce. How low will it go? All right, guys, we got about 13 minutes. For the open. Looks like NQ is droopy. We came to this pivot point. We're flushing below that pivot point. My pivot points are the blue lines, and NQ right now unable to find support there just yet. We do have a lower support down in the 630 area. Let's see if they're gonna sweep that. Yusuf, not on vacation, but I was traveling with the fam, so good to be back today, or back last night, and back at it. All right, NQ making a move here. NQ pushing down. How low will it go? Yeah, NQ for the last couple of days has been in a range between what, 620 to 720, about a 100-point range for the last 2-3 days. So are we finally going to break today, either to the downside or to the upside? But we've been in range since Friday's flush, pretty much. All right, NQ continuing to take a little pullback here, unable to find a bounce area yet. Every little bounce has been sold right back down, using the 9 and the 20 as your resistance there. So let's see how far it goes down. $10 minutes for the casino to open. NQ still unable to bounce at this 640 area. We came down from about 700. And selling pressure is building. How low will they go? They're trying to push. Sold right back down at that 9 EMA. They can't get above this 9, then they're going to take another leg down. Kobob taking a short already, making 140 bucks. Hey, green is green, brother. Especially with this price action, green is green. All right, NQ just hit that 9 and taking another pullback, getting rejected at the 9 EMA on any bounce. It's that blue line right there. And they push up. They can't bounce it here, then they're probably going to test 630 next. They need to continue to push up. Come on. And no cigar. Coop, what's up? And we got FOMC today, right? Let's take a look at financial juice. It looks like we got FOMC rate decision today. So should be a pretty choppy day in general. All right, 5 minutes for the casino to open. NSQ has been on a descending pattern for the last hour or so. Let's see how far they bring this down. The last couple of days, we've been in that range, about 620 to about 700. Are we going to continue in that range? Are we going to break to the downside, upside? I don't know. Let's take a look at some of the options levels. So we're pretty close to HVL. That was that low from Friday, right around 580. So they got to defend that 580 area if they're gonna. Bears want to push this down below 600. We got some levels above us, so potential move back up to 700. You got 740, 750 area next, and then 800 above us. Below, we do have that critical level of HVL down below us. All right, NQ looking like it's found some support there at 645. That's been the 620, 640 has been the low for the last couple of days. So let's see what happens. Adam, what's going on, brother? All right, NQ. Currently in a little descending pattern. That's on a smaller time frame. I don't think that's going to hold for too long. So let's see what happens. 4 minutes for the casino. Let me take a look at these options levels again. Now, if we start breaking below 560 today, it's going to get volatile. I mean, it's going to be volatile with FOMC anyways. So, looks like we got some levels above us to test. And FOMC today at 2 p.m. FOMC tonight, or today. All right, 2 minutes. Last couple of days, the open has been pretty choppy. So it's going to be a wait, patience game. See if we can walk out with some green, stay alive. Been a nasty chop fest for the open. Or chop overall in general. Nasty price action. So what we've seen for the last couple of days is one big move and then consolidation. All right, NQ coming back down, potentially to test these lows. That's 630. We did see some critical levels down here. We got a pivot point at 597. We have, from the options world, we have that HVL level, critical level in terms of volatility at 560. So let's see if we find some support down there and then come back right back up to test these JEX levels above us. All right, 1 minute. Which way will it go? We going downtown or are we going uptown? "30 seconds. Casino opens in 30 seconds. All right, overnight low down at the 620 area. Pivot point down at 590. Yesterday's low, 559. And anything below yesterday's low would be a problem in terms of further downside. All right, here we go. Casino is now open. Let's bring in the 15-minute opening range. $25 points so far, 26 points. Just chopping there. Still playing that channel. Which way will it break? Upside or downside? Looking like NQ wants further downside. If we break the 625 665 area, 620 area. Looks like we're in for some more downside. Freddie, what's up, brother? All right. Q looking droopy today. Still playing this channel, so let's see if they're going to flush it or come right back up. Bob tried to short 650, but it was faster than you. All right, they're coming for further downside. All right, so they're breaking. We got pivot point down here at 595. We talked about some of the critical levels below us on the options, coming from the options levels. There we go. Anything below this HVL, that would be critical to the downside. I don't think so, at least not yet. Let's. Ooh, we're starting to break structure here. That's been the range for the last couple of days, 600, 620 area as far as lows. Can they hold this area and continue up, push up, or are we going to get a directional day to the downside? $15-minute opening range is about 55 points, so it's a nothing burger so far. The last couple of days has been one big move in the open, choppy big move in one direction, and then chop for the rest of the day. So let's see if we can catch this. Today it's been pretty disappointing so far. But we do have FOMC later, so maybe not too many fireworks right now until FOMC later. All right, looking like it's built some support around 620. This was the low, overnight low. We tested that. We didn't flush it yet. Let's see. If we flush below 620, then yesterday's low was at 560. We got a pivot point at 590 or 600 area. Here they go. Here they come. All right, looks like NQ making a move to the downside today, testing some of those lows from Monday and Tuesday. These are the lows coming in from Friday's open. These were the lows. We hit 580 on Friday right after the open. Monday, we hovered around those lows. Tuesday, we tested those lows. So are we going to break below 580, 600 today is the question, or right back up into the chop? 70-point, 15-minute opening range so far. Looking like NQ wants to break below 580 today. That would be critical. Again, if we look at options levels, ooh, anything below 550, we in trouble. There's 580 right now. It's 90 points so far on the open to the downside. We're testing yesterday's low at 560. We got that HVL level at 550. That is critical. If they can't find support down there, then we're in trouble. We're in trouble. All right, they're finding a little bit of support around yesterday's lows, that 560 area. Not yet. They still want more. All right, so they tested that pivot point at 590. That's that blue line. They weren't able to flush it. And this could be right back up. I'm going to wait a little bit longer. Maybe another retest of this. I'll wait for another retest. I mean, if they're going to recover it, then I'm out. In other words, I won't participate. But I would like a retest of this area. If they come up here, retest 570, 580 area, and they hold it, I'll try long. But if it's just going to be a V-recovery on this, I'm still hands off. Ooh, looks like that was it. But we've seen these swings during the open, and they bring it right back down. So let's see. Goldilocks taking a plunge too. All right, it's a 90, it's about 100-point 15-minute opening range so far. Lemonhead, good morning, brother. All right, this is the bottom of that range for the last couple of days, 620, 630 area. Can they push right back up, or are they testing now and this becoming resistance? At 620, 630 area becoming resistance and possibly another push down. Need to get above 620, 630 to get back into the range for the last couple of 2 days. Peter Chan, good morning, sir. What's up? All right, so 620, 630 area, that's the range for the last 3 days since Friday's flush. And they're not getting back up yet. So maybe another move down. This 630, the bottom of the range now becoming resistance. If they start pushing below 680, 660, NQ's in trouble. If they start pushing below that. I'm still flat and not messing with it yet. Today's FOMC at 2 p.m. I won't be around today at 2, but we may not get fireworks at all till 2. All right, let me remove these levels so it doesn't get too busy. There we go. All right, we're hovering around, we're above the overnight low. We came down and tried to test yesterday's low. We're staying above yesterday's low, but not convincing yet. I'm not convinced yet. I think there's more downside. If they can't get above 630 and back into the range for the last couple of days, that 630 to 700 range, and 630 starts becoming resistance, then there might be another leg down. Might. If they can get back into that 630, 700 range, then potential move up. Ready? Yeah, I haven't followed FOMC. I don't even know what the rumor is. What's the rumor for FOMC? Dropping? I think this is the first FOMC in a while that I haven't been paying attention. Quarter of a point cut. Got it. Lowering. Okay. Interestingly enough, we haven't really seen any push up or push down in that last couple of days, signaling the rate decision already playing out. So. All right, if it's going to continue like this, I'm not going to be interested in trading this. We're at that 630. Okay, here we go. Now they're breaking back into that range, that 630 to 700 range. They're getting back in. So no flush below 580. They tested those lows. It held, and potential move right back up to 700. Man, what is this price? Vinny, 15-minute doji. Yeah, that's a crazy 15-minute wick down there, huh? Yeah, that 630, 640 area is the low the last couple of days. That's the bottom of the range since Friday. So they're trying to get back into that. If 630, 640 becomes resistance and they can't get back into the range, then we got another leg down. Let's see if they get in. I think they're grinding it up. I think they're going to push up. Slowly grinding it. Lemonhead, every chart looks gross. 15, 1 hour, 4 hour. It's just, it's been an ugly, choppy December. I guess that's going to be the rest of the year with people on vacation, low volume, and just a lot of wild swings. All right, so now they're breaking in. I think they're back into the range now. 630, 640 has been conquered. So I think this is going to be right back up to that 700 area. Coop. Let's take a look at ES. ES, similar pattern. All right, so NQ, no pullback since that bounce, or a significant pullback yet. NQ grinding up. Lemonhead scalped two 30-point longs. Nice. Yep, it's just grinding. Yesterday, although I wasn't streaming, didn't we have a 40-point candle to the downside yesterday when it reached one of these, the top of the 15-minute opening range? I thought it was yesterday. Could have been Monday. And quick, nasty 40-point flush on a 1-minute candle. All right, we're up to that pivot point. That's that 665 area. Let's see what happens up there. If he finds resistance, we're at VWAP. Looks like they're grinding up. Back up to 700, which is the top of that range. If they push above 700, then we're breaking out to the upside. So they either continue in this chop from 620 to about 720 and bring it right back down, or we break out to the upside. BFDs. Tick Trader just gave everyone a 7-day grace period to all people who have direct accounts to fill the cushion and be eligible to withdraw. If not, accounts will be closed. What type of accounts? Is that all accounts, BFD? All right, NQ trying to break that 15-minute opening range. Are they going to break to the upside? Let's watch. All right, came to the top of that 15-minute opening range, trapping some longs up there and potentially right back down. They've done that over and over again. All right, let me get ES out of here so that we don't get too confused. There we go. All right, NQ finding resistance at that 660 area. If they get back below 620, 630, I'm thinking this has got further downside today. They needed to push up to the top of that range, 700, and stay up there. They just failed, at least on the first attempt. Straight to funded direct accounts apparently have a 100-day time limit. If you don't withdraw during that period, they will close. Is that the straight to funded plus? I know they have SF plus. I don't have SF plus accounts. I've used the standard straight to funded. Which reminds me, is Tick Trader even in business for new accounts? Remember I checked last week, you couldn't buy any. Oh, yeah, you can't buy anything on Tick Trader. I think with Tick Trader, take this with a grain of salt. But the problem with Tick Trader right now is you can't buy any new accounts. So think about it. A company that is getting payouts and has to pay payouts, has to apparently, right? I'm assuming people are submitting payouts during this time. Where is the revenue coming in to pay payouts if you can't buy new accounts? So a prop firm that can't get revenue for new accounts, that's a big red flag. But take that with a grain of salt. That's the only thing I'm concerned with Tick Trader right now. All right, let's go back to NQ. So NQ found a little bit of resistance up here at 660. Are they just pulling it back to push right back up, or further downside? I don't know. It's choppy markets. So yesterday, NQ did have a very weird ascending pattern, but it was ascending nonetheless. You just had to either play the chop or the scalp. And it was a really wide ascending channel, similar to what they're building right now. Oh no, they broke it. If they hold, yesterday they had this channel. It was a nastier chop, but they moved it up in a, I think it was like 20 or 30 point channel, up and down, slowly grinding up. It was nasty, but as long as you read it early, you were able to make some money on the up and down on that. Yusuf, a couple of people here trade Prop Shop Trader. A couple of people have gotten payouts. I'm pretty damn close. I don't want to jinx it. I'm pretty close to my first payout finally with Prop Shop Trader. All right, so they failed at the break of that 15-minute opening range. That failed. So remember, we talked about 620, 630 being the low for the range for Friday, Monday, Tuesday. If we get, we are below back 620, 630. So that was a failed move back into the range for the last 3 days. If they start holding it down here, we got further downside. If they start holding. If they come back into this ascending channel, then 700 is your next stop. It's just so damn choppy, so tricky to read. Oh, there's Peter Chan. He's got Prop Shop, and he loves Prop Shop. I've been trading with Prop Shop, and I've seen that their pricing is very, very good. Their reset policy and all that good stuff. I'm close to payout. I'm hoping that finally this week payout with Prop Shop. And I'll let you guys know my story. But everybody else that I've heard that has gotten a payout has gotten a payout on time and pretty flexible in general. Prop Shop Trader. All right. NQ coming back down. Still in a 100-point 50-minute opening range. This is scalp. See money, take money today. And we got FOMC, so doesn't look like we're going to get any direction yet. All right, we're back at the bottom of the range from the last couple of days since Friday's flush. Friday we tested 580. Today we came down and tested that 560 area that's been tested on both on Monday and Tuesday. This low was tested yesterday as well. We were not able to push significantly up yet. Let's see if they come back down below 560. I may hop on a short. May. This choppy price action. I don't even know if I want to take trades. All right, this is looking bearish now. That failure at 560 is big. That was the bottom of the range. They needed to get back in there. If they do break below 560, 580 area, we got a big move down potential. 530 next. All right, so they broke this channel. Let's remove that. Blue line is the pivot point. That pivot point has been tested now. Well, this is the test of that pivot point. The pivot point holds, then that's just the test of the low, and then potentially the move we're waiting for to the upside. I'm going to wait a little bit, though. Pivot point's not. All right, so they. Ready, I agree. 600 is the make or break. They either hold it, and then we're going to see 700, or they can't hold 600. We're going downtown. That's the low. Like I said, this area has been tested Monday and Tuesday, even Friday. Friday's low. So this is make or break. They either hold it or finally give it up. See how long this this descending channel plays out. These are lower time frame channels, so they don't stay too long. All right, let's bring in the first 30-minute candle. It's about to close in 1 minute. I believe it's this one. 7:30 to 8 a.m. Yep, let's bring in the first 30-minute candle. There we go. And we'll remove the 15-minute opening range. All right, so those top neon line, bottom neon line, first 30-minute candle, 9:30 to 10 a.m. candle right there. All right, so they held the pivot point, pushed up, came back down. This level held. Sparta 520, what's up? All right, so it looks like they're playing this range, 30-minute opening range, that first candle, that's the range right now. Coop, I'm taking a look at your chart. Yep. Is that ES? Yeah. Sparta, you're looking for a flush on GC. Oh yeah, GC down at GC, also another one that's been chopping in that 4220 area for a couple of days now. Oh, resolution there. All right, NQ doing nothing today. I don't know if I even want to trade this. All right, NQ coming back down. It is below that 620, 630 area. Holding it down there. Did we get a close below 620, 630? Yeah, we did. This is looking droopy. Last 5-minute candle. No, we don't have a 5-minute candle closing below. Last 5-minute candle closed at 630. Oop, telling us that calls are getting wimpy. Yeah, I'm thinking this is droopy, man. I think today's the day we're gonna drop below 600, and if we do, that means that we're gonna fall below those HVL levels. And once we start dropping below 550, it's going to get volatile. These are HVL levels. Those are critical in terms of the swings on NQ or swings in general. It gets nasty. It's nasty below these levels. So let's see what happens. So far in a range, 100-point range. And if it's anything like the last couple of days, these could have been the moves, and that's it. You had the first flush coming in from pre-market, the push up, and that may be it. Consolidation till FOMC. If that's the case, then I'm calling it a day. FOMC at 2 p.m. All right, I'm trying to look for a pattern to hop on. Here we go. We're starting to build a pattern here. I'll watch it. Yesterday, we built a pattern, an ascending channel pattern that played out for, I think, like an hour or two. That was a nice pattern. So let's see if we can get some type of pattern to hop on. Otherwise, it's just scalping. See money, take money. Let's see if this ascending channel holds. And then I'll play it on the next pullback. Yesterday, like I said, it was a nice wide channel. All right, we're still struggling to stay above 620, 630. That's the low of the range for the last couple of days, and we've been staying at these lows without any major push up yet. And now NQ slowing down. We got FOMC at 2 p.m. I don't know. Maybe today's not the day for me to take trades. If you look at the 15-minute, this is the top of the last 2 wicks. Let's see if they can find support here then. If they can build support at 630 and continue on up. All right, so the channel's playing out. Like I said yesterday, they had a long extended channel. Oh. All right, let's see what happens on the next touch at the bottom of that channel. Sparta, I'm looking at gold. Gold pushed right back up. Gold has been in that chop, right? 220 has been the low for gold as well. They just keep chopping it the last couple of days. Peter Chan long at 672.25, the top of that 30-minute candle. Lemonhead, most likely a range day. Yeah. All right, I think I'm going to go for about 20. Let me see if it can fill me. I'll go for a fill right here. And I'll start moving it up. I'll play that channel once. See if it can fill me at 634, and I'll play it to the top of that 30-minute range. But I gotta get filled first. Just came to VWAP. And took a little pullback on VWAP. I'm looking for a fill at the bottom of that channel. Okay, here we go. Can we get filled? Oh, okay, we're filled. Let's see if we can play it back up. Playing that channel. Now the question is, do I want to play it to the middle? Well, so far the middle has been resistance. So maybe a quick scalp for the middle of the range. For the middle of that channel right around there. Not get too greedy on it. Now, if they break the channel, then I'll have to get out. We're finding some resistance there at VWAP. And they broke the channel, so I gotta get out. See if they can push up on that 20 SMA, otherwise this is going downtown. Found resistance at VWAP and taking a pullback. Struggling at the 9 EMA on the 5-minute right now. Cannot get above it. I'm watching the 5-minute here. Oh. Struggling. trying to push above that 9 on the 5-minute on NQ, but struggling. Okay, here we go. Now they're pushing above. Can they hold it though? All right, the middle of my channel now has moved up to the pivot point, so I'm going to leave it right there. All right, coming back for VWAP. 660 is the pivot point up there, and rejected again. I'm not gonna. Oh man, decisions here. That was rejection at the 20 SMA on the 5-minute. That was rejected right there. They're testing the 9. If they can stay above the 9, they'll push up. If not, that's it. All right, I'm going to put my stop right below the last wick. That's all I'm giving it. All right, so they broke that channel. That didn't play out. Let's see, next setup. And now they push it up. NQ is just channel chop fest today. You had this one that broke down pretty quickly. Then they got into this one that broke down pretty quickly, and then this one, and that one broke down. That was a wider one. I was really hoping for that one, but that broke down. So it's chop in and out of channels today. All right, stop me out, and it looks like now it's going to give us the play that I was looking for. All right, so this one's done. Or maybe that is the ascending channel that's playing out like yesterday. Maybe I was just a little too early. Let's continue to watch this one. I still have faith. I still have faith. Let's see if this is the channel that's finally going to play out. All right, I'm going to try the bottom of that channel one more time. See if we get the push up. If we come back down to my last stop, then I'll stop out again. I may even add this time down there with a tight stop. Ooh, GC coming down. I see it. I'm watching it. Ooh, break on Goldilocks. I see it. Goldilocks below 217 now. Q trying to push up. Can't. Sparta 520. How low can she go? Oh, yeah, I see it. I see it. Is that a trap down there? Ooh, looking tempting to hop on that short. I don't want to get trapped down there though. NQ. Oh man, NQ just doing nada. All right, let's see if NQ is actually in a wider channel already. Here we go. We'll adjust that a little bit. All right, let's see if we can get the top, maybe targeting the top of that, the pivot point at 660, and they get up to 660 again. This is it. They gotta push. This is the push to 700. We're at the 20 SMA. They've been rejected here a couple of times at the 20 SMA. And they hold and push. If they can, we may get a move to 700. Gold bouncing after that drop. Does gold want more? And NQ, no cigar. I think NQ is actually topping here. I may have to get out of this again. I don't think it's happening. Oh, they broke the channel again. Gee. Oh. NQ struggling to get above VWAP. Comes to VWAP, that 20 SMA on the 5 minute, and right back down. Gold took that bounce at 216, was it? Wow. And NQ just chopping here, playing. I mean, listen, yesterday they played a wider channel. They grinded up. It was choppy, up and down in the channel, and they slowly moved it up. But hey, it's just annoying. Touched VWAP again, rejected at VWAP, the 20 SMA. Looks like they're topping here. They need to push out quickly. It's make or break for the upside. If they do not break to the upside, then I think we may have another down. Twas a channel. All right, we're coming to the middle of that channel. The middle of the channel has been the resistance right here. So they need to break and start testing the top of that channel. Resistance has been at the middle of this channel, and they've played it yesterday very similar. They bring it back down, bring it up, bring it back down, and they finally had a breakout. But it's going to be a long back and forth. Back down. Ugh, just the annoying. I may have to just, instead of holding it, what I'll do is clip it and just play scalps for 5 points at the bottom of that channel until it breaks. Yeah, the middle has been resistance. You got to break. And it's either going to break to the upside or the downside. I don't know. They're hovering right at VWAP, just taking their lovely time. I mean, this could be one of those days that come back in an hour and it's still there. Kobob, yeah, if we can break above that 65, then 75, 700 should happen pretty quickly. The top of this channel is around 680. I got a 4-hour level right there at 680. Yesterday's close was 684. But this is slow. They haven't been able to push above the 20 or VWAP, the 20 SMA on the 5-minute or VWAP. They haven't been able to hold it above that. So we could be topping. Uh-oh, they're breaking out of that channel. Not good. Oh, they just broke the 20. Never mind. If they can't hold it here, forget it. Oop, yeah, they just broke the 20 SMA. I think that's it for that move up. I think we topped there. All right, guys, I'll be right back. All right, what's NQ? Ooh, NQ looking like wants to come down now, huh? Gonna have to get out of this. All right, not happening. Freddie, I got to get out of here pretty soon, so I don't have the house account set up, brother. I'll have it for tonight, for this evening, I promise. Sorry, brother. All right, looks like I'm going to have to take the L today. I got to get out of here. Let's see. Can that bottom hold? Can that 620, 630? That's the bottom of the range. If that doesn't hold right now, then forget it. We're going down. 620, 630 has to hold. Ugh. All right, I'm going to put my stop right below that. This wick right here. It's about 20 points, and that'll be it. If I take the L, then I'll call it a day and take a loss day. All right, they're coming back for VWAP, the 20 SMA. The problem is they can't get above the 20 SMA on the 5-minute and hold. That's been their Achilles heel so far. Lemonhead, yeah, it's been a waste. If I get stopped out, that's pretty much it. I'll take the loss and walk out of here. All right, they're trying to push above these moving averages. VWAP is back up at 660. This is probably the last attempt before they fail big time. If they can't get above 650, then no bueno. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. All right. Yeah, NQ struggling at those moving averages. I think this is over. Game over for the upside. I think they're breaking. You can't get above these moving averages. We need a boner candle. Push up with strength, but it ain't happening. All right, we're coming back up to, no, not yet. We're not up at VWAP yet. They need to push above VWAP with strength and hold. So far, they've been rejected at VWAP. Hoop, gamma flip. All right, let's take a look at options levels. What are we doing here? We got some levels above us. We got this critical HVL below, though. NQ dragging its feet today. So my stop is at 615, and if they hit 615, I'm out. Call it a good day. I'll take the L. They're coming back down. They did not make it to VWAP again. Yep, I think that's it. I think this is the poop. I think I'm going to get stopped out here, and then the move to the downside is about to play out. Freaking NQ. Beryllium Jesse, what's going on? All right, they're coming down. I think this is it. I think NQ is going below 600 today. All right, stopped out. All right, guys, that's it for today. I'm going to take the L. That's some boring price action there. Looks like NQ will now come back down and test these levels. But I'm going to leave it alone. I'll take the L for today. This is some choppy price action. All right, guys. I'll see you guys tonight for Asia. Kushal Learning, what's up, brother? I'll see you guys tonight for Asia. And hopefully we get some better price action tonight. I'm assuming with FOMC it's going to get busier later, but I got to get out of here. So good, Kushal. I was away, so got back last night. Good to be back, and I'll be on tonight. So I'll see you guys tonight or tomorrow. All right, guys. Appreciate you all. Have a good one.